So I've just come back from down the street and I wanted to do some colouring in today. I saw another lady doing colouring in and crafts on her channel. I think her name is Just Misty. And I was like, oh my god, I have not coloured in for so long, and I felt really inspired to colour in because it's such a relaxing, mindful activity. So I'm going to be posting some of my craft and things like that on my channel that I do. I also got some crab clips as well because it's spring now and it's quite warm today. So I couldn't find anything to put my hair up in, so I got some crab clips. I got this Disney colouring in book, a city one, this Relax with Art one. It's quite a nice book. Rugrats, oh my god, who doesn't love Rugrats? As soon as I saw that, I was like, I have to get that. Very, very nostalgic. I loved watching Rugrats every afternoon after school when I was a kid. And I also got this Disney one. I'm using my alcohol markers that I got off Temu. I have bought other brands in the past and they were really expensive and didn't get a lot. So I got all of these, I think, for about $25, which is pretty good. Maybe it was $50, I don't know, 25 or 50 anyway, which is still pretty good. And I'm going to start with this Reptar page because Reptar was my favourite. I love dinosaurs and I love Reptar. Now I need to pick out the perfect shade of green for Reptar. I've gotten all the greens out of the container. So these are the different shades here. I'm thinking that green grass might be the right colour, so I'm going to do a little test. This is the shade here. Reptar is pretty bright green, so I'm pretty happy with that colour. I've made a start on this. I'm really happy with how the green has turned out. I decided to do this bit a yellow. It's a bit brighter than what I thought. It's more of an orange, but I think it'll still look pretty nice. And I'm going to do red and blue for the raw, so I think that'll make it pop. You can see these are the different shades of yellow that I used. This one is more of an orange. That's the one that I'm using on the background here. This one I was worried might be a little bit too light and may not pop as well. So now I need to choose a blue and a red. So this is how I'm going now. I've coloured in all of this. And yes, it is the next morning and I'm having a hot chocolate. I spent about an hour colouring in last night with my daughter before bedtime. So I ended up colouring this one in last night just because I've probably got ADHD and I got sick of this one. Hoping to get diagnosed in a new year, but I've got to wait. But yeah, so now I'm back on this one. So I want to get this one done. And I also, that's right, I couldn't find a red texter, so I got upset. And I was like, I don't have a red texter. I don't have the color I want. I want fire engine red, like this color red, to do in here. And I could only find, I think it's called vermilion, that sort of red. I'm like, oh, that won't look right. So I'm just going to do what I can, and then I'm going to go and have a look in the craft room for a red texter. I like how this is looking. Now I need to Google up what colour Reptar's little tufts are on the top of his head. I think they're orange from memory, but yeah, it's been a while. So I'm just going to make sure I've got them the right colour. So it turns out they're actually blue, but he does have orange eyes. So I knew there was some orange in there somewhere. I'm almost done. I ended up doing purple here. I wanted a darker blue to really offset the blue and red, but I was having trouble finding one because some of these markers have been used up, so that's okay. I decided just to go with purple. Look what I found. I walked straight out the craft room and went straight to it. I just went where all the textures had been, and I had a feeling like that one must have just got forgotten. So here it is. I have some red. It says geranium. Maybe it's not quite as red as I would like, but it's still the reddest that I've got. So I'm going to finish off this picture now. There we go. It's all done. That was exactly the red that I was after. A real bright fire engine red to really make that pop. And all done.